and introduce our worthy speaker for today, Mr. Rupinder Singh. So, Dr. Batra.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Institutional Innovation Cell and the Department of Biotechnology of Goswami Ganesh Dutt Sanatan Dharam College, I welcome all the participants and uh, welcome our guest, Mr. Rupinder Singh. He is a master's in biotechnology with the gold medalist from Punjab University, and currently he is a CEO of his own venture Biohouse Solutions Private Limited. He has more than 25 years of experience working with the different multinational companies. He has been a regional director of Asia in Kerry Group and earlier head of BD Biosciences in India. He has worked extensively in the research field, also with the development of various these kits and other related products with the different industrial houses. And he has been awarded for his recognition of his work, including Braveheart Award 3 times in a row at BD, and which is well covered under various magazines and media. He has worked with several startups, including his own venture, which I said, Biohouse Solutions Private Limited, and got investors his return of investment at the rate of 15 times in 4 years. So he's guiding a large number of startups at personal level as well as at the various institutional. He has been on the panel of various startups and innovative cells of prestigious institutes in India. And his life motto, which is quite impressive: have a fire in belly and spread it around. So I welcome Mr. Rupinder Singh, and I think the participants will be encouraged to introduce themselves in the field of innovation and entrepreneurship, and with his own story. So I think he will be able to motivate all of us to venture in this area. Rupinder Singh, thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Navneet. Really appreciate college management, principal sir, and particularly Dr. Navneet, because he has been my senior at Punjab University, Chandigarh. And I think I have learned a lot from him, from the college days, from the university days. I have seen him solving problems for almost everybody, be it juniors, be his own batchmates, be the department, Punjab University Biotech Department. So Navneet has been a, a, a rock pillar, in terms of supporting, in whatever circumstances you approach him, he was able to take care of things in a very calm and composed way. So hats off to him. Today, I'm actually very excited. The reason is, whenever I talk to students, I go down back to my memory lane. It takes me to my college days, my university days. So I feel like I'm back in those days. So it's wonderful to have such intelligent audience today. So my talk is going to be two parts. First part, I'm going to give you a little bit gist of how is entrepreneurship seen in India, how is biotech seen in India, how is startup seen in India at the moment, and how students at this stage can make a maximum out of it. There are a few things which are extremely important. That which There are points which I would like all the students in particular to make some notes. You can also go to my YouTube channel, where I have a lot of videos for students in particular on entrepreneurship. One of the entrepreneurship video, has been getting a lot of support from the audience. and I have tried to cover, how to go about entrepreneurship. So I will request the audience, the students, right now, go to YouTube, uh, go to subscription button, so that you can not only listen to the talk today, but you can always carry it forward. You can listen to what all I talk about entrepreneurship. So as I said, it will be two piece which I will be doing. First, I will be giving you introduction about entrepreneurship scene in India, biotech scene in India, and the second one, then I'm going to share with you my entrepreneurship story, which I think I am going to do it for the first time. All for the students, because I really want students to learn from the mistakes what their seniors have done, so that they can do much better than what we have done as of now. So let's start with biotech stats in India. I have been avid biotech entrepreneur, even uh, not only entrepreneur, I would say corporate job, research, and how biotech in overall can help everyone. Are you able to see my slides?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Slides are visible.
Slightly visible.
No, no, sir. Slides are visible. It's exactly fine. Yeah.
Okay. See, so the number one point, R&D remains 0.8% of GDP as of now today for India. So in developed countries, sometimes GDP to the tune of 5% or 10% goes into R&D. I'm talking about GDP of a country. But good thing is, we have 0.8% GDP, which is not a very big number, but it has multiplied 4 times in last 20 years. So the growth is humongous. A lot of students come to me from colleges, and I also have delivered a couple of talks in IIT Delhi, IIT Kharagpur. Last week, I had the interaction with DTU Biotech Department, Delhi College of Engineering. So a lot of students are always worried that will we get job? What are we going to do after studies? So what I want to assure is, the India biotech scene, India entrepreneurship scene, uh, artificial intelligence, machine learning, uh, computer science, it's rocking actually. So we have increased our R&D spend almost 4 times in 20 years. Biotech industry currently is around $51 billion in India, so which is not a small number. So a lot of students think that where will we get job, what will we do? But if you are good enough, there is huge opportunity for each and every student as of today passing out from India. Uh, in biotech, we aim to be $100 billion by 2025, and this is from Global Bio, where Madam Kiran Majumdar, she had released this booklet uh, along with DPT, and I also have a small interaction with her during that program, which is also there on my YouTube channel. You can capture that. 55,000 students graduate every year. So we have a huge number of students which are passing out. Uh, the trends, and now I'm talking about the points which are on the right side. Patient-driven market. You must have seen the COVID. The way it has hit the globe. Patient-driven market remains very strong. So because of that, for example, our company and a lot of other companies who are into diagnostic field, biotech field, they all had huge blast in terms of performance. So we did very well. Patient-driven market remains one of the strong market as of now in India. You won't believe it. Prior to COVID, almost 90% of the molecular diagnostic kits were all being imported from outside, predominantly China. And as of now, 95% of all high-tech specialized molecular diagnostic kits are manufactured by Indian companies. And just within 1 year, there are huge lot of entrepreneurs who have made a lot of money because of that. Data analytics, one of the most happening stuff at the moment. So data analytics and AI, I have been a huge fan of AI. The way AI is coming in healthcare, the way AI is going in each and every sector. So the students must be knowing, data analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning, uh, blockchain. Uh, these are the trends to watch, and they are happening at speed of light. And any student who is proficient enough in any of these fields, he is going to have blast in his career. Only thing is you need to have passion for that field, and you need to be dedicated about it. Robotics, again, a big happening area. Biofuel, then Make in India is going very fast, doing very well. There are around 1,500 biotech startups, and I will come to that point when I will talk about my story just in next 5 minutes. That how entrepreneurship creates much more wealth, and not only for himself, for everyone. BIOTECH, which is supporting startups, in biotech sector, 316 startups have been supported financially by BIOTECH. Now, uh, the crux of advice which I would give it to students today: what is the right way to go? And we all must be very serious about going in the right direction as early as possible. So one must start early. And the problem with us is, for example, our generation, we did not know that. uh, we did not have any mentors or guides, who were able to tell us that, uh, uh, start as early as possible. And this is the reason, between a successful person vis-a-vis non-successful people, because non-successful people, they think about too many things, but they don't execute anything. Rather than that, even if you don't think too many things, whatever you like, you must start as early as possible. So that's point number one. And you look at all the successful people. Elon Musk, is a big man now. He recently, I think yesterday, he became richest man in the world. He took over Jeff Bezos as well. So he was reading books, and he started very early in his career. Warren Buffett started early, earning money. So start earning money as fast as possible. Don't wait for that golden day to come when you will think that, okay, now I'm finally starting. Number one success rule is you must start early as possible. Number two, you start early, you choose your passion, and once you have chosen your passion, start executing, start working on that particular field as much as possible. And in doing so, you will come across a lot of like-minded people. So try to network with those people at the earliest possible. Create your network. And how you can create network? You can create network through LinkedIn. You can create network through various digital marketing tools. uh, but network fast, because even if you are good, you are sitting in one room, how will you reach all the nooks and corners of the world? The way is to connect. The way is to network with as many people as possible. That's number two, network fast. Number three, have mentors. Have mentors. And who are mentors? Mentors are guide. For example, for you, your mentor can be Dr. Navneet, your mentor can be Rupinder Singh, or anybody, or people who are not even physically available. You can have interaction with them, you can read about them, you can have uh, mentors who are not interacting with you regularly, but you are constantly following them, you are following their footprints. So that's number three, have mentors as early as possible. And in my life, I did not have right kind of mentors, and I repent on that. So agar mujhe, if I am given an opportunity to go back 20 years back, first thing I would do is have right kind of mentors. क्योंकि आप जैसे लोगों की संगत में रहते हो, जिन लोगों से सीखते हो, you become a reflection of those. So if you are practicing with a national level tennis star regularly, who will gain more? The tennis star? No, you will gain more because you are interacting with him. So your growth will be 2 महीने बाद आप भी ऐसा शॉट मारोगे, probably he will not understand कि इतनी जल्दी इसकी गेम कैसे इतनी improve हो रही है. So you will learn faster if you have mentors, if you have people who are better than you. Communication is key. Whatever today we are doing, it is actually the communication which is happening, and through communication we learn. Uh, and you know, this is something which I keep saying: learning is a two-way process. I learn from you, you learn from me. So nobody is a 100% knowledge owner. We all learn from each other. And how will you learn? You have to communicate. You have to communicate through presentations. You have to communicate through your mails. You have to communicate through your research work. Build image for yourself. You know, sometimes in particularly in college and university days, we say that, you know, कि तू जानता नहीं, you know, मैं कौन हूँ, मेरा बाप कौन है. But that doesn't help. You know, you have to build your image through your work, with your uh, with your competitiveness, with your knowledge, with your intelligence, with, you know, your humbleness. So build your image as early as possible so that people start recognizing you. Now, when we are doing all these things for students, it is extremely important that, you know, they are guided in the right direction. So on the right side, I have 3 bullet points, where I'm saying, make money in money. The point which I'm trying to make is, wherever there is money exchange is happening, जहाँ पैसे का बहुत ज़्यादा लेन देन हो रहा है, and you are expert in that, you will get money there. You know, you cannot gain money, you know, when you are sitting at a place where everybody is doing nothing and is, you know, not having anything. So also while going in the career, a lot of students ask me this question, sir, मेरे लिए कौन सा अच्छा फील्ड है, मैं किस फील्ड में लाऊं? First of all, you have to see where is your passion. Number two, also see that is money being transacted there, is money available for that particular sector, and if money is available, how do I become part of that transaction? How do I increase value of that transaction, and then I also get my share out of it. So make money in money, number one. Number two, find problems and offer solutions. Now somebody asked me, you know, one of the talks which I was having with IIT Delhi students last month, they said, you know, sir, why entrepreneurship? Now let me, you know, ask all of you, entrepreneurs, why entrepreneurs? Entrepreneurs are the guys who solve all the problems of the world. जिस कंप्यूटर के सामने बैठ के I'm talking, this has been done by an entrepreneur. Somebody has solved this problem. Somebody has come out with a rocket, so he has solved that problem. iPhone, somebody has solved that problem. Diagnostic for COVID, somebody has solved that problem. Vaccine, somebody has created that vaccine. He has solved the problem. So first of all, you find the problem which customers are facing in the marketplace. यार इनको किस चीज की परेशानी हो रही है? And then how do I give a solution which can help them in solving that? And if you are able to provide that, you become an entrepreneur. And entrepreneurs, and you know, please also you can look at my articles on LinkedIn. So I had put this article which a lot of people have liked, that entrepreneurs solve all the problems of the world. They get support from the governments, they convince governments, they convince investors, they convince people with money, but they make sure that advancement happens. For example, Elon Musk, uh, uh, the guy who is having SpaceX as his company, first time he has come out with a reusable rocket. So earlier rocket used to go and it never comes back, it goes off, money finished. But first time he has come out with a reusable rocket. So rocket goes, delivers stuff, comes back and can be used again, just like an aeroplane. So find problems and then offer solution, you will be successful. knowledge is not power. A lot of people say, "Arey bhai, knowledge is power." I disagree. You know, knowledge is not power unless you have utilized it. आपको बहुत ज्ञान है, but if that gyan is not being shared with others, it is of no use. So knowledge is power only if you are applying knowledge somewhere. So right way to choose careers. Careers means entrepreneurship, or there is another term which you will come across, intrapreneur. You know, so a lot of people who are in the job, but in job also you have to work like an entrepreneur, deliver value. If you are delivering value, अगर आप बहुत अच्छा काम करके दे रहे हैं, if you are giving the right kind of productivity, you will definitely grow faster. So what is the right way to choose careers or entrepreneurship? Number one, search options. First, you find out what's your passion area. Then you search options in that area. Then you will get, some areas where you will have matching interest. So go for that. Look at your basic nature, look at your strengths. Everybody is not good at everything. Everybody has some different strength areas. So find out which are those. Something which you can do 24/7 into 365. रोकना नहीं पड़ेगा आपको, आप चलते चले जाएंगे. So that is very important. Hard work is not enough. Direction needs to be correct as well. Because hard work a lot of people do, and I'm not saying don't do hard work. First you have to find the direction, and once you have found the direction, once you are loving it, once it is your passion area, you have to go about it. Then you have to really put your best hard work there, because if somebody is working 5 hours, the guy who's working 10 hours on the same project, he is already 2x ahead, provided he's spending quality time on that work. Number of hours means also number of devoted hours. Okay, self-awareness is must. Go for best experience even if salary is less in the beginning. A lot of people say मैं सर research में जाऊँ, मैं sale में जाऊँ, मैं इसमें जाऊँ, मैं उसमें जाऊँ. What I'm saying is, what is your passion area? Do you like what you are doing? And then go for the best experience in that field. Create value. पैसा आपके पीछे पे जग मार के आएगा. Success आपके पीछे आएगी. So even if salary is less, if you are not great at, if you are great at something, you're passionate about it, go for it. Now, and I think this is probably last slide, and then I will be sharing my entrepreneurship journey story with you. Everybody must be waiting to hear that. So what, first of all, and I will recommend you this book. I will show you, after my interaction is over. There is a book by name Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So it says that you have to create yourself a great story. Whatever you are doing, don't replicate others. Based on your passion, it's your moral duty to create a great story. I would say story. I wouldn't say successful, because success and failure are part of the same coin. So create yourself a great story. Once you choose your area of interest, raise your energy. Means, when you will really do a lot of good work in that area, you are studying about it, you are reading about it, you are applying in the right direction, you will raise your energy. Raise your energy means people will start liking what you are doing, and more people will come and join you. For example, on LinkedIn, for example, in research, for example, on a project. If you are doing a very good project, people will come to know कि यार ये बंदा कुछ अच्छा काम कर रहा है, मेरे इंटरेस्ट का काम कर रहा है. Seniors will get attracted to you. Lot of people will start coming towards you when you will raise your energy. And when they arrive, build them. Build them means utilize that opportunity. So first of all, you will have to raise your energy to a level where people get attracted. सब लोग को आपका काम पसंद आ रहा है. They are ready to support you now. So if that situation, once you reach that situation, build them. Utilize that opportunity. Focus. Focus is a 5-letter word. It means follow one course until successful. कुछ लोग होते हैं ना, पहले वो साइकिल की दुकान खोल ली, फिर मिठाई की दुकान खोल ली, फिर कहीं फॉरेन चले गए, फिर वहां से भी वापस आ गए. नो, follow one course until successful means, if you have an area where you are doing good, if you're liking it, you will have to put a lot of efforts there. And once you see small success, make sure that you keep replicating that success to a level where it becomes huge for you. So follow one course until successful and do not give up. Never give up. And I'm going to share in my entrepreneurship story now that how it is important to not give up. Another important thing, and a lot of people must have read this book, Secret, and even this book says, uh, you are what you dream. ताजमहल पहले ख्वाब में बना था, फिर शाहजहां ने एग्जीक्यूट किया था. अगर आपका ख्वाब ही नहीं है, if it is not coming into your mind first, it will never happen on the ground. So there are 4 points which are important. TFAR. T means thoughts. The thoughts, जैसे thoughts आप लेते हो, negative लेते हो, positive लेते हो, so that will become your reality. So if you want to really do something, start with thoughts, positive thoughts, what you want to have, achieve. What will happen? Thoughts will then create feelings about that particular goal. And once you have feelings created for that particular goal, then A is action. So you will have action happening towards that because you have been thinking about it, you have feelings about it, and then you start taking action on that. And if you take action, you will get results. So it's very important to dream. And when you dream, then it's also very important to execute towards that dream. I will take a pause here, and so am I audible? Have everybody heard to this presentation now?
Yes, sir. You're audible, sir. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So this is completing the first part. So I thought I should give you a small introduction about how should you go about your entrepreneurship, how should you go about career, and in the second part, I'm going to talk about my entrepreneurship journey. I'm taking a 30 seconds break here. I will really request, all the students to go to YouTube channel right now and search Rupinder Singh, entrepreneur or motivational speaker, or put Rupinder Singh, BIOTECH, and subscribe to it. So I will wait for 30 seconds. Will you do it?
Yes, sir, definitely.
Please do it for 30 seconds so that I'm ready with my story now. Okay, cool. So, are you ready for the story now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ले लो 10 सेकंड और सब्सक्राइब जरूर करना है, नहीं तो मैं आके चंडीगढ़ एसडी कॉलेज में पकड़ूंगा एक एक स्टूडेंट को. Okay, good. You can do it later on also. The thing is, I'm just trying to tell you the action has to be taken then and there. Otherwise, we kind of forget, and then we always keep forgetting what we want to do. So action orientation is must. सब लोग जो सोचते हैं कि यार कल कर लेंगे, tomorrow never comes. अगर मैं सोचता डॉक्टर नवनीत when he said कि रुपिंदर आज कर लेते हैं, I will say नहीं यार अगले महीने कर लेते हैं यार, अगले हफ्ते कर लें. No, that's a loser approach, loser mentality. Do it now, or you take a decision that I don't have to do it. That also you do it now. Okay. So now my story of entrepreneurship. I started. So year was 1993. I'm 72 born, December born. So the year was 1993, and I remember month was March. So I had given this test for Punjab University CET for biotechnology, and I still remember my roll number was 13518, 13518. One of my friends, he was with me in the college, and his father was in US. See, he always used to talk about biotechnology, upcoming sector. So I had this dream, of getting into, so we talked about dream. So I had this dream that, I want to get into this biotech sector. My father is a doctor. He wanted me to become a doctor. I could not become doctor. Probably I was not putting the right kind of efforts into it, though I was always the topper, but I did not get through medical entrance exam. I never prepared for it. I was most of the time playing cricket and stuff, even in the preparation days. Now coming back to the story. So I gave this Punjab University CET biotech test, and I don't remember the date, but I was expecting results to come anytime. And we used to have that Tribune. So Tribune newspaper used to come those days. Uh, so I just looked at the Tribune paper, and suddenly I saw that 13518, 13518 roll number was on the top. And then I thought, no, maybe, some mistakes. I went for checking my roll number again, and it was 13518. Then I went for the second paper, which we used to have at home that time, was Ajit. So there also the result was published somewhere, and there also the same number. So I was like, going crazy that I have topped the test. I went to my father and I said, Papa, I have topped biotech entrance exam. And the beauty of it was, I did not give any other test. I just appeared for biotech entrance test for Punjab University, CET, and for JNU biotech. And I got selected in the both. But naturally, Chandigarh has a very different charm for me. I come from Hoshiarpur. Uh, so from JNU entrance test, I got admission in Delhi, but I was more keen on Chandigarh because Chandigarh was again a sort of dream for most of the Punjabis. So I came to Punjab University. I passed out in 95. I was university topper both years. So if you go to biotech department 95, still I think I am one of the top scorers, year after year. And Navneet, of course, was my senior. He was 1 year ahead of us. Again, a very sharp person. I really appreciate, the kind of support we always got from Dr. Navneet. So here starts my dream of biotech entrepreneurship journey. Uh, Even when I was getting married, so I had told my would-be wife Simran, she is a computer background gold medalist, that I'm going to have a biotech company. So that was the dream which was always there in my mind. So coming back to biotech, so I passed out in 95 through campus interview. I got into Lupin Laboratories Limited R&D through campus placements, and then I work in Lupin for 5 years. Filed 4 Indian patents as first author, 1 PCT application as first author. Now, the challenge. I was from Punjab. I was good, but I was not good for the corporate world, So I had issue with my communication skills. So what I used to do is, and you don't believe it, whatever presentations were supposed to happen at Lupin Biotech Bhopal, I used to come forward and say, "Sir, main karunga, give it to me." And in closed room, I used to talk in English. How much. So I used to train myself on the language communication skills, and that has helped me all throughout my career. So nevertheless, I had extremely successful years at Lupin R&D. And then I got opportunity to work with another company by name Becton Dickinson, which is $8 billion US multinational. So they are big into healthcare. If you talk about, say, those insulin syringes and all, BD's worldwide leader. They are leader in BD Biosciences. So I was in BD Biosciences. Started as started selling one brand by name Divco, which is microbiology media. But very soon, because I was always hungry for growth, so I used to go to my seniors and say that sir, iska bhi sale, is brand ka sale bhi aap mere ko de do. So I would say within next 2 to 3 years, I was handling BD Biosciences for complete India region, including Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. These are all part of Greater India territory. Then I got Braveheart Award, where we used to all the management guys, we used to compete through our sales numbers and performance, and then presentation. So I was the first guy who won 3 times in a row. So I was again a topper there because of my work. Uh, so when you get Braveheart, you along with your spouse, you go to foreign destination, all paid by company. So I was first hat trick in BD. Going was very good. I was doing well, but I was hungry for growth. So there was another company by name Carry, and Carry is another $8 billion Irish multinational, and they are huge worldwide into food ingredients, pharma ingredients, nutrition, infant nutrition. So everything was going good, but I wanted to go for something which was not established. So Carry that time was not established in India, and I was very well established in BD. And I still remember I was coming back from Braveheart trip along with my wife. BD had given us a great exposure there. So we just came back, and I put my papers. Not that I had any disrespect for BD, but at the same time I was looking for an opportunity where I can grow my skills. And this is another thing, you all must look at. Always go out and take next challenge for you. Because when you take challenge, you get reward for that challenge. So Carrie was an unknown name. So everybody was saying that, you are leaving your BD job, you are doing super here. So why do you want to go for a company by name Carrie who nobody knows in India? And for just for your information, when you have McDonald burger, the bread coatings, the crispiness, the product ingredient comes from Carrie. Similarly, when you have Baskin Robin ice cream, the emulsifier. When you eat ice cream, you have that thick, very lasting taste on your tongue. It is because of Carrie emulsifier. Seasonings. Even they have stuff like masala tea and all in Europe, uh, but they were not established in India. So they approached me through consultants, and this is another example of you raise your energy, people will come. When they come, you build them. uh, because I did so well in BD, so some of the placement companies or manhunting, I mean these recruiters, they came to know, and then that's how they approached me for Carry. So Carry was a big risk because nobody knew in India. I had to establish this company from scratch, no office, no buildings, no employees, and you won't believe it. I worked there for 5 years, and when I left, we were doing 55 million euro business from my region, and I had established company here. We also did a couple of acquisitions. So I learned all the ropes, along the way. So the real entrepreneurship starts not at that point. It starts later. So I had this dream, I said, of having my own biotech company. So I was always thinking, when will this happen? When should I start my own biotech company finally? So one fine Monday morning, I decided that enough is enough. I have learned a lot. So now I have to start my own company. So I told Carry management. So they called me for a meeting in Bangkok, Marriott. Yeah, I did not tell you that I became India head, but then I also became regional director Asia after 2 years because of my work and performance. And if you do some Google and all, you will see, Rupinder Singh, Carry. So you will see, even it came in the media that time. Uh, so. So I was called, and then I was offered more salary and everything when I was in Thailand meeting. But I said no. I respect I respect what you are offering me, but at the same time, I have to become an entrepreneur, start my company. Now, a guy who was going all across, with these multinational companies, I was traveling to US, Europe, Australia, uh, you name it, Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia. I have traveled to all these countries, and suddenly, you're starting your company and you don't have any salary or anything. And my family was quite worried at that time because we had such a high flying career. And, suddenly I did not want to do that. And I wanted to start my company. So there were two friends I had, which I had gathered. And I said, build your image. So this is where it comes, So over the years, I had built that image in the market, that these two friends actually approached me. They were already in the business. They had started a company. They had started two companies individually, and they said, if Rupinder, you come, we will merge these two companies and have Biohouse. And that's where then one fine morning, I decided on starting my own company, Biohouse. 3 years, and we were into big double-digit growth, double-digit turnover, just in 3 years. We were doing very well. We were growing so fast, we were being covered in, all magazines like Biospectrum, and all those magazines were talking about our growth. And this is where, I have to share my learning with you. When you learn, when you grow very fast, you kind of oversee a lot of things, you commit a lot of mistakes. And I understand that failures are part of success. But when you get so much success so fast, within 3 years, we grew to a level where I was like, I was thinking as if I was going everywhere, so we took a lot of wrong decisions. Uh, we did not think about profits, number one, and I'm going to teach you that. Number two, cash flow. No idea about cash flow. And this is where, I want each one of you to learn it today. Because, if you do not know these things, just remaining your dreams is not going to help you. You have to execute with perfection. It has to be like a Shah Rukh Khan movie. You have to be perfectionist in whatever you are doing. So what we did was we tend we tend to ignore all those things. So we did not look at our profits. So because I had worked with these multinationals, somebody else's money. So I don't care what happens. I have to just grow the sale. So I was growing sale. I did not look at the profits. Now, if you are not looking at the profit, how will you take care of your employees? How will you take care of your R&D? How will you take care of your innovation? How will you take care of future investments for the company? So profit word, because I work with all these MNCs and somebody else's money was involved, I did not care. So we had a massive issue, and we had taken debt also for growing the organization. So what happened was, because of this, because of profits, because of cash flow, which we did not understand, obviously. Now I'm going to talk to you, just in a while about that. Uh, so you grow in the revenue, but you're not creating value for yourself and your employees. So what will happen, even if you love and like your employees, they also have families, they also need growth. So slowly, we started losing employees to competition. So we went through a very rough time. And this is another learning for everyone. Failures are part of success. So we must plan for failure, and we should have that never give up approach in whatever we are doing. So suddenly I was a star, and then suddenly, I was not a star. And when you are doing very well and then you fall, uh, हर बंदा आपको सलाह देता है, then almost everybody in the same street or same field, everybody gives you advice, like ऐसे करना चाहिए था, नहीं उन्होंने वैसे गलत कर दिया, नहीं वो बंदा बोलने में ठीक था, but then यहाँ गलती कर दिया. And so everybody is an expert, and like they say that क्या किस्मत खराब होती है तो उठते भी बैठे को भी कुत्ता काट जाता है. So you kind of come into that situation. But the moral of the story is, don't give up. And this is going to happen with all of you. In whatever career you will have ups and downs. But if you leave it down, you are not down till the time you have declared yourself down. It's like a boxing ring. जब तक आप खुद को नहीं बोल दो ना कि मैं हार गया, मैं गिर गया, या गिर गए और फिर नहीं उठे कुश्ती में, that is the time you are really down. Otherwise, you are still in the game. So had hard time, but then I did not give up. I always wanted to have investors, venture capital, and a lot of my friends. Today I am on the board of several angel network platforms where we are funding new startups. Yesterday we had startup from IIT. They were having a pitch into home automation. 2 days back we had one in AI from Bits Pilani. uh, and all sort of colleges, they come. So the moral of the story is, don't give up. And then I was always reading and thinking about this venture capital, investors, angel funding. uh, so what I thought, that I have to continue my journey, I have to get investors in the company. And you won't believe it, within next 2 years, then we worked on our business. We were again doing extremely well. I got entrepreneurs in the company. I got big investors now in the company. uh, and we have grown pretty well. uh, so my advice to most of the students here, uh, get into entrepreneurship, because it creates value. Today, the big guys, say Elon Musk or Warren Buffett or Mukesh Ambani, they don't only have big salaries. Salaries don't make you rich. Actually, the value which you create in the company, your shares, the valuation of the company, that gives you value. That gives you wealth. So even if your salary is less sometimes, but your stock options are bigger, and you must be reading all the time that so and so got a placement of 1 CR in US or Indian company. So big part of that package is ESOPs, employee stock options, which are given to them, and if they perform well, uh, so uh, they get a lot of value, by selling their shares. So number one, profit. Whatever you try to do, create a value so that you can create profit. If you are not able to, and a lot of people hate this, word selling, but what they don't know, they are selling themselves all the time. When we are marrying, we are selling to the other partner, our image, our family. When you are in research, you are selling your project to someone for getting the funding. You are writing for the funding for the project. So we are all selling something somewhere all the time. So don't hate word selling. You will have to create value and sell yourself all